was eating.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Boomergrounds podcast. The lovely Obo Hobo has returned from her
Yay!
cruise and is here to join us today. A lot has been going on this past week. New Battlegrounds patch got released today. I played the early access last Thursday. Howard played the early access also last Thursday, so we all got a bit of a sneak peek of it all. A bunch of other random things happening on the internet. But let's get caught up. Let's start with Obo. Come tell us about your beautiful vacation and cruising in the sun.
Yes.
I'm cruising in the sun. It was good. I didn't get sunburnt. I put on a lot of sunscreen.
Yay!
I wore a
That's
lot
good.
of rash guards and hats. But it honestly wasn't that hot in the Caribbean. So we got like 74. It wasn't. It was really windy. So, but my two boys got on their first cruise ever, and the ship was huge. But they did a really good job of making it not feel huge.
Okay.
So, how they designed this ship, we went on Utopia of the Seas, which is a Royal Caribbean ship. So, it was it was beautiful and amazing. We had an ocean view balcony room, adjoining actually two rooms, and they opened up our balcony, so it was like one big balcony across the two rooms. The boys did a surf simulator, rock climbing, a zip line, lots of swimming. We went to some really great shows. We drove down to Florida, which was not fun, but I think flying would have been less fun, in my
Mm.
opinion, with everything that was going on. Because whenever we flew, I believe that's whenever we drove down there, that's when ice was in the airports. I don't know that they're still there, but um, it wasn't going to be ideal, I don't think. So, but unfortunately, the price of gas is like kind of a gut punch.
Hmm.
How
And
much
my
is the
car,
gas for you?
so my car takes premium gas,
Okay.
but I've been only putting mid grade in it because I'm cheap. I think I didn't pay more than $5 a gallon, but it got close. So anytime we stopped somewhere where premium was like less than $5 a gallon, I went ahead and put like half a tank in there. But yeah, it was not fun spending that much money on gas. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. We went and visited my aunt and uncle. They live in the villages. So the night before we left for our cruise, we went and hung out with them. Went out to eat. So yeah, I don't know. Any questions? I feel like I'm being very vague.
I
No,
mean,
as long as you had a good time.
No, we had a great time. I felt like I needed a vacation from my vacation though, because going on vacation with children is not a vacation really. Um, so, and then when we got home, I took 3 more days off to help my mom and dad. They moved actually. They closed on their house when the day we disembarked from our ship, and moved. So they had a
Nice.
lot of friends and a moving company that helped them. So I was very grateful that I didn't really have to worry about them too much. My mom was way less stressed after it all was over. Um, but I went over there and helped her unpack some stuff, and then before we left for our cruise, my mother-in-law moved in our basement, so we spent a day also helping her. So yeah, a lot of work, but
And you've learned the secret to cruising, which is you don't travel with your family and you go to old person cruises because then you get to enjoy everything without kids running all over the goddamn place.
there were a lot of kids. Although I have to say, okay, so I bought, the cruise duck thing, right?
Oh
Where
yeah.
people hide little rubber duckies that have all these different designs and they're cruise ducks.
Yep.
Well, I bought a pack of those ducks. It was like 30 of them off Amazon that had cute little tags that people can fill out and stuff that attach to the ducks and everything. So we hid all but like maybe 7 of them. But the boys were really enjoying like hiding them and then like hiding around a corner to see like who would find them. And oftentimes it was like a little kid that would get really excited, like a little kid littler than my kids. So um, I think they got a lot of joy out of that. And when I told them, I was like, want you guys to like I let them each keep a duck like out of the pack, and then I wanted them to get the enjoyment out of seeing other, like bringing other people joy. So
Nice.
anyway, that was fun. But I'm already looking, saving cruises to book for next year.
You know where we're going.
I know, but I'm not going to do that cruise again.
Because you've already been to most of those ports, I know.
No, I don't want to go to the same ports. I don't think.
I got
So
you.
maybe we need to like do one in 2028 or something.
We should charter a boat and do a Boomergrounds cruise to let all 15 of our fans come and cruise with us.
Yeah, we could do Alaska, so I don't have to drive anywhere. I could just SkyTrain down to the disembarkation to the embarkation port, and we can hop on.
That is the new thing now. Is like different like organizations and bands will do like themed cruises around their stuff. There's a bunch of channels on Sirius XM that do it. So we could do, and they do like panels and stuff. So we could do the Boomergrounds cruise, and panel number 1 would be how Terry Zhang saved a ton of money by doing this out of Vancouver. You know,
I don't have to pay for one flight, the flight back, because it depends if you do the round trip one or the one just straight up to Alaska. And it's cool.
Some of the ones I'm looking at actually leave out of Vancouver, Terry.
Oh yeah,
they do. Oh yeah, there's round trips out of Vancouver, 7 and 10 day guys out of Vancouver. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, the most popular one just goes like one way, like Vancouver to Alaska, and then you fly home. So those are the most.
There's some of those too.
Ones. You go deeper into Alaska
because you see more ports. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
I know I haven't experienced Norwegian, and some of the, I've only been on 2 cruises in my life now. One was a Princess cruise, and one was this Royal Caribbean cruise. But I did feel like the experience on Royal Caribbean was vastly superior.
There you go.
So there were some things I think I liked better about Princess, but most of the things I liked better Royal Caribbean. So I might be sticking with that cruise line for a while. So and they have some older, smaller ships. They have a big fleet. So yeah. Anyway, Howard, I've been jabbing for 7 minutes now. So
we haven't had a chance to talk to you. I've had a week full of fail. So I'm glad to be sitting here with you guys tonight. Like every time I turn around, everything I touch like turns magically to shit. So I'm kind of like having one of those weeks. My car needed new tires, and then we couldn't afford that. And then there was like I needed an oil change, and they're like, "Oh, there's all this extra work you need." I'm like, "Well, is the car going to fall apart? Is it? No, it's not going to break down, but you need a 90,000 mile overhaul." And I'm like, "I don't need a 90,000 mile overhaul. What I need is an oil change, and for you to tell me if anything's breaking." And that's it. So then there was that, and that led to a whole bunch of financial conversations in the household. My wife has been so supportive of that stuff. Because I'm still trying to get back on my feet from being unemployed last year. But then it was that. Then I made the mistake of logging into TikTok Sunday morning to see if we had any engagement, and found like everybody on earth was screaming at me because I screwed up Echo and Liquid's names, got them backwards or something. You know what? I was so annoyed by it that I didn't even bother to go find out the correct information. I was just like, and the first couple comments were like, "Howard's wrong. He's got them backwards." I was like, "Oh, that's very nice." And the next one was like, "Look up your facts before you pod, you noob." I'm just like, all right, let me see if I can figure out which. Oh yeah, okay, I know what finger I want to extend for you. Yeah. So I mean, I was like, it was like that. I was like, my self-esteem just took a lot of jabs this week, a lot of jabs. So when I log into Miss Bowers today, because I'm looking for an uplifting experience, and she literally says, "Poor Howard, he's never done anything to me, but fuck that guy." I was like, well, this is just on brand. This is just, let's just keep the hits rolling. So I'm scared to do anything. I'm scared to walk down the hallway. I'm scared to use the bathroom because I don't know where it's coming next. I just
Apparently, it's coming out your asshole if you're afraid to go to the bathroom.
I am scared to do anything other than breathe and try to sit still because everything has just been bad. And I've been trying to take it with a grain of salt, and Christy's been really supportive. Like, I was in such a terrible mood this weekend, but like, it's just one of those times where it's just like, okay, I don't know. Did I run over a priest? Did I do, because do I have a real negative balance on my karma sheet? I mean, what is it? But yeah, so that's been my week. My week has been cautious pessimism. See, I'm gonna get 15 comments for that. It's gonna be cautiously pessimistic because it's just been like this steady decline. So I'm scared. I'm scared to do anything. I won like one game in the preview event, by the way. I finished in the top 4 once in like 18 games. Now, granted, I'm playing
You're
against
playing against like Beater in them though. Like, what
Peter,
do you expect?
Dog, Jakirik. I had Chief at one point. I played Terry a couple of times. I pulled Lee. The highlight of my day is I beat Beater twice.
Oh.
No. I didn't beat him in games. I mean head-to-head battles. On turn 1, I beat him in 2 separate games. And that is now my claim to fame, is that I have 2 single combat wins against Beater Babbitt. That's it. And Mark, I'm taking it to my grave. I'm taking it to my grave, Mark. This is the greatest thing I'll ever accomplish. The guy who's 18K, I won 1 fight against him in 2 different games, and that's the only good thing that's happened.
Beater never looks at the patch notes or any of the announcement notes, nothing.
He likes going fresh.
He never looks at any of it. And he always just goes into his stream. He's like, nope, I'm just going to learn it as a play. So.
But hey, if that's some people, different learning styles, right? He's obviously learns best by doing. And, you can't argue with the results. The dude is literally 3 times my rating at the end of every season. Literally 3
times my rating.
I finished this last season. I peaked at 7,300. I ended up finishing at like 68. But so.
Oh, I was doing terrible. I think I got up to 73 as well. And then I was like 66 or 67 earlier this morning. I'm like, fuck this.
So my goal for the podcast tonight is to not piss anybody new off. I've already, Terry's chat, forget it. They're already a lost cause. I've already been muted by one of them. Bowers is lurking in there telling me where I can go. I said hi to Bowers and she put up the bird flipping me off as a response. So fair enough.
She said that to you to me today too, whenever I was beating her with my beast build. Game 1
that's just
of the patch.
That's Bowers.
My husband walks in my office. My husband walks in my office, and you can hear her through my little headphone laying down. She goes, "Fuck you, Obo!" So loud, and it was hilarious.
And I get it. She's just messing. But when you've had one of those weeks where it's just like every freaking thing, you just kind of like, all right, God damn it. Now Bowers. And then you have to remember, you chose this, Howard. No one forced you to open her stream. You were sitting here and you said, I wonder how Bowers is doing on the new patch. And you clicked the button and you chose this. So you have to own it. But let's go to Terry. Terry, how have you been? What's been new?
I played that qualifier tournament in Magic on the weekend. Started at 6 a.m. my time. I was like, fuck, 6 a.m.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's rough. So I promptly went and threw a game because it's you essentially just queue in and then you have to get to 7 wins or 3 losses, whatever happens first. And I just totally threw a game because my brain wasn't working. And I was so mad. I was so mad. My wife walked over from the bedroom. I was like, you okay? I was so pissed. She was trying to console me while I'm still in the match after the first game because best of 3. I was so mad. I was fucked up. I was like, oh, fucking so stupid. And she's like, you okay? You need a hug? I'm like, it's okay. I'll try to concentrate. I'll be okay. I was like, fuck. I was so mad. I was totally pissed. But it happens, the 6 a.m. start time. Not very congruent for people who live on the West Coast, given that it's a company on the West Coast. But I guess it's worldwide, so you have to make it a time that's reasonable for everyone. So it was a little bad for me. Yeah. But besides that, I finished early enough that I got to do chores with my wife. We had to go go to the cemetery and walk the mountain and go visit all of our ancestors
You
with her
got
family.
to do
Yeah, I did not want to do
all
it.
the things you
My wife
got
didn't want to do it either. I literally finished just in time to
to.
go. Like I went 3-3, and then my wife's like, "Fuck!" I go, "You have to come with me. I don't want to go myself, or just go with Tessa." I was like, oh, "Fuck!" Just finished just in time. I told her I wasn't sure if I'm doing well, I won't have time to go, right? And so she knew this, and they need to be there at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, okay, whatever. If we get there, if I finish in time, I'll go. And I finished just in time. I was like, during the whole time, me and her were like, fuck, oh, can this take longer? Because it's with like mostly her in-laws and her like aunts and uncles and all the old people on her side of the family. Just like not a very enjoyable event. It ended up taking like 5 hours in total. I'm just like, oh god.
Oh my god,
Everyone are
5 hours.
because you gotta walk around to each cemetery spot. You got burn incense. You got burn paper money for each
What?
relative.
Oh, there's a
Why?
process. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
right. And
Is
then
it like a tradition or something?
yeah, it's supposed to be like on a certain weekend every year. And I just happened to fall on this weekend. I was just like my wife doesn't want to do it because she hates doing it, and and then my mother-in-law got like pissed at the rest of her family for some stuff. I was just like, oh god. And then you have to go for lunch afterwards. You can't just leave after 3 hours or 4 hours to do this. You have to go for a big family lunch, which took like hours as well. I'm just like, oh god. Got home at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, oh, I'm so dead. Just passed out for like 4 hours. But yeah, I mean, besides that, everything's good. Tessa was feeling a little sick yesterday. Well, I think it's because she just didn't want to go sleep on Sunday night, and it was like playing throughout the night. And the next morning, she's like, "Oh, I don't feel good." More like, "Oh, I slept 3 hours from playing in my room all night." But she's okay. I mean, besides that, everything else is normal. I get to play in the new Magic set release, early access tomorrow. Which should be
Nice.
fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
And
time
then
is
the
that
new
happening?
No BGs for Terry.
Yeah, tomorrow no BGs. Get to play the new set. I think it happens all day tomorrow, from like 10 a.m. tomorrow morning to like 10 a.m. the next day. You can play the
Cool.
early access. You can do drafts or constructed. It's all going to be available for everyone. Well, for people that are at early access. So that should be fun. I mean, I played the patch all day today. It was pretty fun. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about the patch since that seems to be the biggest thing on everyone's mind currently. What
Hmm.
what has been your guys' take on the patch? I've had a lot of fun playing it so far. Although I've been taking a lot of eights because I've been super aggressive with leveling, trying to get to more broken stuff early. But I also don't
But
care if I
now
do
is the
that.
time to do that.
Yeah,
Now is the time to do those experiments when it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg in the MMR. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what are your thoughts? You got a couple games in today, didn't you? What were your thoughts?
Yeah. A handful. Probably not enough to have a good opinion. Um, the first game we played on Bauer's stream, she did some crazy elemental shit that I wasn't paying a close enough attention to, but it seemed really broken. Um,
Yeah.
she said she had fun though doing it. Probably wouldn't be so fun if you were on the receiving end though, just saying. I didn't get to play any like Murloc build. I played a Naga build that was really fun. And the demon thing with the fodder.
Hmm.
yeah.
And beasts seem like they're just kind of goldren now.
It wasn't more about Rowley, the Stegodon, and Lecoq,
Oh,
the new chicken.
Maybe
That's
I didn't do that one. I did the banana slamma
uh,
with
Goldrin.
summons and goldren. So I mean, it got me like third place, so wasn't like earth shattering. But there was some other build that I did today that I thought was. Oh, I did a baller build earlier too. Ballers are still alive with Time Twister Chromie. Even without
yeah.
the. If you get the trinket that gives you. There's a. When I did it, I got a trinket that like made all the board plus three or something, and then 7 minions always.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So like when you buy something, it refills.
Yeah,
So it was
Hmm.
really easy to get ballers that way. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. Also, oh, I played dragons. That's what I did. I had a
Nice.
Okay.
phasing game. I'm so happy Caligos is back. You know how much I love Caligos. So, but I got first place on that game. So I
S-
had a golden Caligos and another Caligos, and I had the trinket where when you play, uh, it's either 6 or 7 battle cries, you get 2 of those
Chroma
chroma
drakes.
wings,
Yep.
chroma drakes, and it almost seemed like it wasn't like endless, but you got a lot of, and I had Bran, so there was elementals I could and beasts, so I was able to like summon a lot of extra things and get gold. So I don't
I
know.
mean, dragons seem pretty good from the times I played it. Caligos is good again. I had a game with 6 Caligoses and I came third, but I didn't have Bran.
Oh, you didn't have Bran.
6?
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, I had 6. I
Oh
mean, I
my
had
god.
4 by turn 8, 9. 4 by turn 9, and yeah, came in third. So,
Alpha, I didn't even notice I did the 6-7 thing. Sorry.
I played one game with dragons and that was like my fourth place game. I mean my early impressions are elementals and pirates are insanely strong. If you hit with them, you're to the moon. I've seen some very strong Naga boards though. The Stegodon I got in the preview event. I had a really good board and I'm like, oh my god, we have a chance to win this one. Blah blah blah. And I ran into a Stegodon sticker that just went absolutely insane. I was just like, okay, that's where the beasts are going now. It's going to be all Stegodon and Goldrin. But I feel like there's a lot of power creep. There's a lot of insane combos that if you hit the right group of cards. But I mean that's always been the idea of Battlegrounds, right? Is you find the right group of cards, you could do crazy stuff. I feel like it's a little easier to get there, but I didn't see any tribe that was uniquely screwed out of it. Like I saw strong boards from every tribe between the preview event and today, and that's what you want to see. You want to see some parity. I mean, you don't want to sit down at a computer and say, okay, well, here's the 5 tribes in the game. I have to play one of these 2 or 3 if I want to get into the top 4. You want some variety in it. I'm not the biggest fan of trinkets in general, but so far so good. I think I'll probably be more annoyed with it once we see some people get some optimization in. Some people start to really find out the bigger, better strategies. But until then, I enjoyed it today. This is probably the most fun I've had playing Battlegrounds in the 4 or 5 games I was able to sneak in today. Probably the most time I had in Battlegrounds in over a year. So I'm excited to go back into it. I'll probably be playing after we're done recording, and I just I can't sit here and say there's one card or one trinket that has to go. And that I think this is the first time I've been in a season opener and I haven't been like, oh my god, this one card needs to go now. So that's a nice feeling that I haven't identified anything so broken that that you can't play against it yet. So, Terry, what did you think?
I actually thought pirates were when I played them were pretty shitty. They have I found that there seems to be a lot of more bricks on tier 6. Like you just triple into a 6, and then you look at the 3 minions, you're like, what the fuck are these?
Yep.
There's a
I know what
lot
you mean.
more. There's a lot more minions on 6 that like don't give you any sort of real direction or like give you enough tempo. Like the the pirate that like summons the sky pirate guy, it just kind of sucks. Uh, the other pirate that like when you buy pirates, it gives them +2/+1. Seems so slow. Um, like all the beast guys all kind of suck initially. I guess the chicken is good, but like I mean, a lot of times I just looked at it. I'm just like, because I was tripling into 6 drops pretty early, like turn 7, turn 8. I was just looking at them. I'm like, what the fuck are these? And a lot of times I end up with taking like one man group or wherever the amalgam is on tier 6. And you play guys of it buffs guys for like whenever you play a minion, it buffs guys of the tiers lower. And like I'm like, it's just like too slow. Right. Like every time I played it, I'll try to lean into it for a couple turns and give me some tempo, and just like you just get steamrolled by like people that actually have good cards. Um, So I found that
So
to be kind of shitty. I found, yeah, like I played pirates a few times and it just underwhelmed. Maybe because I wasn't hitting the right guys. Like I wasn't hitting the bounty tier 6,
I
and I
love
didn't.
bounties.
Yeah, I mean
With
the bounty tier 6 and the cast bounties twice guy is what you
Mhm.
really need. The other stuff is just like shit that
Yeah,
happens to be there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So
So like,
the Naga build that I did had the Ruthless Queen's Guard, which is the new 6 drop. So she's
yeah,
Battle Cry, Death Rattle, and Rally. Cast Queen's Command, which I don't remember what Queen's Command is, but it's
it,
like a
it
buffing.
yeah it gives all your minions +3/+3, and if they're Nagas, gives them an additional +3/+3,
Okay,
and
well, it
it gets
seemed like it was
buffers for
doing a
that.
lot.
It
So, and
was well, it does a
I
lot. Yeah,
had Baron
yeah,
at the end of my board, and then I also had the 5 drop Maelstrom Emergent, which is your tavern spells cast an extra time in combat,
yeah.
and I had the Rally cast Chef's Choice on the minion to the right, so my hand would like just fill with Nagas. Um, it was like, and I had a Puffer Quill, and I don't know, it just was it would just like it looked really small when it started and then it would just like
Yeah.
cascade. um so it was fun. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, but like I had a game. There's one trinket that seems really really strong. The one that like you just discover 2 golden tier 7s. They have to be in your hand for 2 turns.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I
Yep.
got offered that a couple of times but I was almost dead so I didn't take it
Yeah, I mean
because I'm like I'm not gonna be able to use this.
I had it one game when I had Bran and Murlocs were in, and then I just made like a 5,000 Bream in my hand with
Wow.
Coral. Yeah, like the guy on board was like 2,000, and a golden Coral and became like 15,000 on board. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I don't really need to do much else besides have these guys and a few scammies, and those guys were just like solo opponents boards. I'm like, oh, I wonder if this guy's big, and I see his biggest guy is like 500, 500. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I mean that one seems really strong. I mean, it takes a little while for it to get going. I punted one game really badly because I forgot that it was the one where you get the golden egg, and you have to keep it in your hand for a turn before it turns into the two 6 drops dragons. And I
Mhm.
actually played it on board for a triple.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, ah, shit. I'm like, fuck. I'm like,
Rip.
I saw a golden card in my hand. I go play it, and I was like, oh yeah, whoops. Probably should have waited a turn. I, but I mean, the patch was fun. I definitely enjoyed playing the patches. Good to have a good change of pace. Not sure how good all the trinkets are. I've seen a lot of really bad ones already.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, they all get tuned a little bit and they don't seem as bad. But there's definitely been some bad ones that I saw so far.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some news of the internet. The biggest story was Clavicular's interview with 60 Minutes.
Oh
I know
Jesus.
I managed to listen to the whole thing, and it was awful to listen to. Oh my god! One, he sounds like super egotistical, like to say the least. Like just his whole principles on life and everything just seems so out of whack with reality. I know you guys have listened to it a bit. What were your thoughts on it?
I mean
Go ahead, Obo.
I didn't listen to the whole thing
Yeah,
so now I kind of want to. But I don't know. I said this in our chat, but like and this is probably not the angle you want, but like I kind of honestly feel a little bad for him, in this weird kind of way because I felt like in just like the 10 minutes of it that I watched, I could tell that I feel like he's extremely insecure
uh,
and not mature at all. Like I think that was one of the questions in the segment that I watched. Like the guy asked was like, "Do you feel like you are mature?" Like or do you feel like you're going to get to a certain point in your age and you're going to regret some of this or anything? And I mean, I just don't think he has a very good sense of like reality, like you said. And I feel like he's just like, I don't know. It just seemed like he's just a little like scared almost to me. Like maybe he's scared that that guy's right.
I mean, he feels just like a little boy.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
And
like he has
like,
all these
I
sort of
mean,
delusion.
how old is Clavicular
He's like
now?
21 or something.
Okay. So I am like of the firm belief that you don't really know who you are until you're like late 20s, maybe 30.
Yeah.
Like you don't, most people anyway. And that was my experience in life. So maybe I'm a little biased, but like, I got married when I was 24. I shouldn't have. Like, I would have been way more independent and known what I wanted and needed in life. But, and that's just an example, but it just feel like you don't really know much about life whenever you're 21. So, I don't know. But I mean, he's got a lot of money. So maybe it doesn't matter. When you got that much money, does it matter? Can you sell your soul? I don't know.
I mean, money doesn't make you a
There's
good person, though. That's the main thing, right? Like you could just got money
Yeah.
from, looks
Well,
maxing or whatever.
when
And
he
piece of shit.
was being almost like, I don't know if it's like comparing, but like in the same category as that one guy. What was that one guy?
what Andrew Tate,
Yes. Yes. And then there was another person as well.
Nick
He
Fuentes.
almost seemed offended that he
Yes,
was put in the same category as those people.
because
And
one is
that's
wanted, one is wanted for sex trafficking, and the other one is a known Nazi supporter.
yeah. So
That's
like
not good company.
but like has it like maybe I'm wrong. I didn't pay much a whole lot of attention, but like did he do streams with these people like or did
Yes.
he okay. So he did like put himself in the same like presence as
He
these people.
chose this.
He
He chose
chose
it.
to do that. And then, but whenever this interviewer person asks you about them, like, I don't know. And then you get offended. Like that doesn't, I don't know. I think he's very insecure and I think he does worry about his image and he cares more than he likes to put off.
Oh, no question.
And I think
No
he is going
question.
to regret it someday, whether he actually admits it or not. So,
And I do hope he does. I do hope he does.
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope that he doesn't end up doing anything that's, as bad as some Andrew Tate and that other guy.
I mean, you weren't here last week, but he literally was in Florida, and he like took out. They were like on the swamp. They took out a guy and just like unloaded a clip into an alligator, and he's been arrested.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. You guys put that in the chat. I saw that.
Yeah, we did.
That's not good.
Yeah, so he's definitely not making good decisions in life. I mean, he's popular. He makes lots of money. Doesn't mean he's a good person,
Yeah.
or
Well,
people should be admiring him.
One of the questions that was asked of him as well was, do you have somebody that's like kind of a mentor, like a real mentor in your life? And he didn't really have an answer for that.
He mentioned some streamer, which I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but he's not.
It's not like
I think
a father
that person
figure.
was he looked up to, like
Yeah.
saw as like somebody that he maybe would strive to be like, but not an actual family friend or whatever. Somebody that's mentoring him to either do something or not do something.
I mean, I assume when you're that rich, everyone is just yes men trying to stay in your pocket, trying to appease you. So
Maybe.
it's hard to have people that like actually tell you you're fucking up. They just be like, yeah, you're doing great. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. Keep me on the payroll. What? Keeping me on the payroll? Okay, yeah, you're doing wonderful. This is great.
I personally would pay somebody to tell me whether I'm fucking up or not.
Because that's you have perspective.
That would be their sole job, to make sure that I don't do something.
You want to see a great example of what you want a great example of what Terry's talking about? Kanye West. Kanye West was like, yeah, man, I might be Jesus. And people were like, yeah, you might be Jesus. I'm going to buy a compound in the middle of nowhere and get divorced from my wife and piss off everybody. That is a great idea. You are a genius, man. Yeah. I think I'm going to make my new wife go nude to this celebrity outing. Oh my God. That is so avant-garde, yay. You are a genius. The yes men factor is huge with some of these folks. And I think it is with Clavicular too. My take from the interview was much the same as Obo's. What I keyed in on was near the end of the interview, he got asked about his relationship with women, and he decided to sidestep it, which is totally fair. You don't want to talk about your personal relationships and you want to keep them separate? That's totally fair. But then he threw a fit when the next question was about people who are categorized as incels. And he's like, you're going to ask me about my love life and then follow it up? That's literally the worst question. No, you dodged the first question. You chose. Again, it's all about choice today. I chose to get stepped on by Bowers, and he chose to do the 60 Minutes interview. You chose to sidestep the question. This is legitimate. The whole thing that you come out here and say looks maxing. People, I've heard isolated stories of people actually breaking bones to try and make them heal in a certain way to make them more masculine.
He was
fucking
talking about
crazy.
That. He was talking about that.
That's freaking crazy.
I thought it was interesting how he compared looks maxing to using GLP-1s. I'm like, that's not the same. They're not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like at all.
So I thought he wasn't fair to it. And to Obo's point, he does come across as a scared little kid. When he got cornered near the end of that interview, he immediately was like, it's a shame I didn't have time to look up who your wife slept with. Like, he immediately decided to strike out at the interviewer. You're gonna ask me a question I don't like, so I'm gonna hit at you. And then when the interviewer just kept going, he was like, did you see the Piers Morgan interview? Kind of like, don't you know what I'm capable of, motherfucker? You really want to go there with me? Yeah, dude, no one's afraid of your 20-year-old high cheekbone, Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes loving ass. No one is scared of you.
And then the guy was like, I'm not married, bro.
Which was the best response ever. The best response ever. But yeah, it is. He comes across really negatively. And listen, if you hang out with shitty people like Andrew Tate and Nick Fuentes, and you decide to do interviews, people are going to ask you about it. It's not like he was doing joint streams with iShowSpeed. Andrew Tate was literally arrested for sex trafficking in another country. Literally. Nick Fuentes has literally met with Donald Trump to discuss ideas in American Nazism that he thinks are good. These are not quality people that you want to be hanging out with. And he said there, the last thing I'll throw out there was, oh, you want to make this political? You hang out with political people. You do this. You put yourself in that situation. Like, I do this podcast with you guys. If, God forbid, I was ever on 60 Minutes, which would be the worst rated episode ever because Alpha would have to mute it. But if I was ever on 60 Minutes and they would sit there, of course they would say, so tell us about the people on the podcast. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, you're going to make this political? I don't talk about the people on the podcast. I thought I was here to talk about the New York Mets. You know, it was so bad and so stupid. Now, on the other hand, I get that the fact that he's an entertainer. He's there for shock value. But you can do shock value without being a dick. And he didn't succeed here. It was embarrassing.
He looked embarrassed.
It did. So, all right, that's it. My rant's over. Terry, what are you thinking on this?
I also just want to put, I don't personally, as a woman who likes men, I don't find him attractive. Like, if I didn't know who he was, like, and I saw him in the street, I wouldn't think, oh, that guy's really attractive.
He looks like the kind of guy who's going to order an IPA and call everybody bra for like the next hour and a half.
I mean, he's pretty conventionally attractive. Okay, like
Howard, this is the part of the podcast where people comment and say, "How dare you, you lesbian?"
Hey, listen, I'm a fat lesbian. I am in no position to judge the appearance of men. No position.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite the conventional, good-looking guy. Like, obviously, like, I'm a straight male. I mean, just not your type, Bobo. I'm sure there's lots of people that will swoon over him. But yeah, I mean, I mean, he's a pretty good looking dude. You know, as a straight male, I'm not offended by saying that. But yeah, he seemed like just like a lost little boy in in the chat.
Yeah.
I can understand Obo feeling bad for him because he just
Mm-hmm.
seemed about. But I
I
mean,
don't feel bad for him. Like I'm like, oh, poor that poor guy. Like I
yeah,
just feel bad for him in general, as far as his. I don't know.
What
He
brought you to
doesn't.
this point?
yeah,
Yes,
How did you
the
like
end up?
money.
Terrible
That
things led to your being here.
he's poorly just.
he probably just had really bad role models growing up, and that's probably just led him to this point and his behavior. And now he has money, and probably just surrounds himself with yes men. And you know, no one's gonna make him be accountable for the things he does. Like he just stays like a little child. I mean, you see this shit happen all the time with like people that are rich, right? Like people around them just cater to their needs, and they just don't know how to
I mean,
handle like real life.
I feel like you could do the whole looks maxing thing and be who he is without being who he is
Yeah,
right now. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to be. You don't need to do all the things that you're doing and act the way you're acting to be a looks maxing social media guy.
I mean that's how he got his audience, I assume, right? Like it's like the
Yeah,
same
I
way
guess
Andrew Tate and
people
them have a
people
platform.
like crazy incels apparently.
I mean like the I can't remember what they described, man something like those type of people like just look for others that like make them feel like, you know, men are so superior, blah blah. You have to be a
Oh,
good looking man to wherever
the
like
manosphere.
yeah, the manosphere, right? Like
What does
they
that
look.
even? What is that manosphere? Is that
I
like a world where men are just king and
It's
yeah, that's what I
it's
assume.
a yeah, it's a term for the following of guys who are very behind in, you know, that the men are naturally superior to women in most respects. Um,
mm,
that's a manly thing. That's not a manly thing. Um, a lot of the whole kind of like just negative toxic masculinity. If you want a short definition of it, the manosphere is people full of toxic masculinity, and about 85% of them watch Joe Rogan. So
I mean, I don't even think Rogan is like to the same extreme, like
yeah, I don't
the
know.
same
he's
extreme.
not.
I mean,
He's
Matt
not.
listens to
pre-COVID,
Joe Rogan once in a
pre-COVID,
while.
he was pretty normal pre-COVID. After COVID, definitely got way more toward that realm, but I think pre-COVID he was pretty normal. All right, let's switch topics a little because this topic is seems like it's definitely run its course.
I feel like we could talk about it for a whole nother half hour.
I don't know, we could talk about it for hours probably about it, but you know, so supposedly Mark Zuckerberg is making an AI clone of himself to reduce time in his meetings, so he doesn't have to be in all the meetings. So essentially,
What?
the AI could kind of just learn about what's going on in his company, and he could just ask the AI for, you know, the generalities of it, as opposed to like mimic all his mannerisms and all of his actions, and kind of be like a virtual representation of him, so he can, you know, doesn't have to be in his meetings as much and can do more and be in more places.
Okay,
Uh,
first of all, this could be a movie where AI CEO goes wrong. Second of all, there's so many things that could go wrong with this. What?
I mean,
I
he's
don't
trying.
understand. Is the AI gonna like give him recaps at the end of the day?
I assume so. The
Like
AI
these are
just
the
takes in all the
decisions I made
information.
on your behalf. Hope you're happy with them.
No, I assume like in the meetings where they're just telling him all the information about what's going on, like he doesn't actually need to be in. He just needs to get like the overview, and he could just be doing other things while the AI learns from it and just presents him like a cleaner definition. I, I just saw this article and saw that is pretty interesting. I thought it was
It is
interesting
interesting.
that he made it so that it acts like him and does his mannerisms and speech and
It's creepy.
yeah,
Wait. His mannerisms and speech. The dude
yeah.
is like the most stiff, immobile person I've ever seen in my life. What mannerisms?
Well,
If
then
you
the
sit
robot
like
will have
this,
no problem mimicking him.
yeah, I mean, like every time I've ever seen him in anything, it's head nodding and staring straight ahead, like she's like trying to move something with his mind. Like I don't know what mannerisms there are to duplicate there, but and what are you involved with that you're so busy that you can't oversee your company? I mean, I don't know.
I assume that there's always just like a lot of people and a lot of departments always asking for his time, and then it allows him to interact with multiple at the same time, essentially. And then the AI could just kind of, help him overview everything, and just as acts as a time saver for him. I, it
All
seems
I'm
strange from an outsider, but like as a
It
CEO, where
does.
your time is precious, right? And you have lots of heads of departments and everything, everyone trying to converse with you. I mean, it does make a little bit of sense when you think about it that way,
Sure.
but it also seems weird that you're gonna make it seem like a clone, like a perform as you would, like you're chatting with him, sort of thing. That part I find like extremely strange.
This
Yeah,
is the second creation of the entity from Mission Impossible.
oh God. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And this is why I can't find cheap RAM and my video cards are so expensive. Is that we could have AI Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay. Other interesting news, there was the hack of Rockstar. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this.
I did see this.
Yeah, so Rockstar got hacked. The hackers are saying they're going to release a bunch of information if their demands aren't met. Supposedly, they leaked today that GTA 5 online is still making like $1 million a day, and they still have all the personal information that's there. I'm not sure what their demands are, but they're threatening to publish all the stuff by I think tomorrow or the day after.
Tell me what
I don't think
all I think of Rockstar is like the drinks.
No, Rockstar makes Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
it's a studio.
Okay.
It's a studio that makes
drinks.
Yeah. So
I did see that this drop and they didn't publish their demands. The hacker group was like, it's time to pay or something like that. They put out something like that. But they also said that the hacking effort wasn't really difficult, that Rockstar didn't put this information behind a lot of security. It was actually tokens that were stolen from what I read. Don't kill me on TikTok if I'm wrong. I read an article. It said to me that it got by the security because they were using valid tokens that they were able to data mine or hack or steal some other way. So when they actually went in to get the information, they looked like completely normal users to their security systems because they were using valid tokens. So the real question is, Rockstar needs to up its security. But I personally, I see an opportunity for Rockstar to really make these hackers pay themselves. I would intentionally start putting out data mining packets with absurdities in it. I would have Rockstar somehow have the answer to where Jimmy Hoffa is buried, pictures of aliens from other planets that they're at the Rockstar game studio, some sort of plan to build a rocket ship and go to Mars, just absurd shit, and let them come and data mine that, and let them go ahead and hack that stuff. That would be what I would do.
I mean, I don't think the hackers are just continuously going in. I assume they just went in, took the data, and then left. They're not like, hey, we're still going in. Keep going in, guys. There's more to take. There's more to take. I assume they just went in, grabbed it, and then they're like out and like, we have all your info.
Smash and grab. It was a smash and grab job.
Yeah,
they did for purpose of analogy. Rockstar didn't put down the metal shutters at the end of the business day, and somebody smashed the windows and stole their shit. But yeah, I mean, if you're not going to guard your tokens and your ability to get in normally, and then somebody steals them, then that's on you. You got to have better security than that. There's got to be some sort of, has Rockstar never heard of two-factor authentication?
I mean, sure more than that.
There's got to be something more to that. Don't kill me on Twitter. Don't kill me on TikTok.
Right,
leave the fat lesbian alone.
Only on Instagram you can kill him. Some other news. Blizzard just won some injunction against a WoW private server, shutting them down. I don't know if you guys saw this. Not the first time they've done this. The server was called Turtle Wow. They had a cease and desist order that was filed against them a few months ago. It actually won the injunction against it. They have to shut down the server and cannot share the code with anyone else because it seems like the people that are running the server were putting in some of their own code or whatever. I never actually ran a private server of all these things. Not the first time Blizzard has shut down these private servers. Private servers in general have been pretty popular for other games, so I'm surprised they care that much about someone running a private server. But yeah, they shut it down, and specifically in the thing said you cannot share your code with anyone else because we don't want another version of it just popping up and everyone just like moving to this new place. Seems really shitty of Blizzard. Just let people play. Like they got the permission to use their UI at some point, or it was open source or something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, seems kind of shitty. Just let people play. I guess there's the revenue that's going after them. That they're going after.
That's what it is. I had heard of Turtle Well. I hadn't heard that they got shut down. I'd heard of Turtle Well, and I heard people say that they were having a better time playing on Turtle Well than they were playing in World of Warcraft. They were having a better experience. Yeah. So I think this really does just come down to subscription loss. They worry that they're going to lose a lot of their momentum to Turtle Well.
Yeah. Let's see. What other news is there? Oh, yeah. Bugs today in the Hearthstone, in the Battlegrounds community. It was displays people's real names.
Yes, it did mine. I had to go in. I had to do it. I just kept messing with settings until it stopped doing it. But, it had my real name on the screen. I'm like, I can't stream with this up.
I apparently already have the settings set that I need because it didn't do it to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I had no idea.
But it was really funny when I had Jeef's stream pulled up and it like showed his thing and he was like, "What?" It's like, "Fuck you, Blizzard."
Yeah, I mean,
he was like, "This is some sort of sick joke."
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people complaining about it on the forums and on Reddit that the real names are being leaked. Supposedly, it only affects your client that shows the name on it. Does that show it to everyone in the lobby? But they told
a streamer.
No, they told streamers to turn on streamer mode, so it shows.
There's everyone a streamer mode in Hearthstone.
Yeah, it just shows. It doesn't show a name for anyone. Everyone's
because when you click on your buddy list or your friends list or whatever in Hearthstone, and it shows like your full thing with like the number and everything, people could just like jot that down and message you or spam you or something.
Yeah.
When you turn on streamer mode, it'll hide all that.
Blocked out, yeah.
No, nobody cares to harass me except on TikTok, so it's fine.
Yeah, but people up in arms about it. Obviously, everyone's like, "What the fuck? What's going on? Why's my name there?" It happened to me, so I was like, "I don't know what you guys are talking about. No one knows my real name."
Gee, I wonder what it is. I mean, I'm the one who called Howard at my wedding reception and to introduce him instead of
so used to it
his
now.
actual name. And then he was like, "My name is this." I'm not gonna dox you on the podcast, but
Mortimer W. Clankety Britches.
Like,
we all know.
Yeah. His name is Jose Iglesias something whatever it is.
Well, I should have just introduced you as Alfred Molina. That would have been better.
I do not look like Alfred Molina.
Yes, you do.
Alfred Molina is a very handsome man.
You look more like Alfred Molina than you do a lesbian.
I'll take that as a compliment. Sure, why not? I look more like Alfred Molina, and I'll say this for the record: while I am no judge of what I consider, of beauty or anything, I would take Alfred Molina over Clavicular any day. Just going to say that right out now.
I would too. Alfred Molina's handsome.
He's a handsome older gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's only like 10 years older than me. That's terrible. I can't. Okay, but yeah, I'm hearing from people in my chat that this bug still exists. That there are people are still saying, "Yeah, I logged in and I'm seeing my real name."
Yeah, it hasn't been fixed yet, but supposedly it's only on your client and not exposed to everyone. So They just need
I
to find a
fixed it
way
by
to.
going in and changing my name.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is your name in your account? Change it to Howard Moon, which is only going to be a problem the next time I try to buy something and Howard Moon isn't on the credit card. But other than that,
It's fine. As long as the credit card information is correct, they don't care.
yeah,
By the way,
Blizzard just wants its
Alfred
money.
Molina is 72 years old.
Is he really? Okay, he's
Yes.
moral. He's older than he was drinking the day I was born, so I'll take that. I'll take that. He's still a damn handsome man.
Yeah.
I saved some Emma the assholes just for Obo for the next time she showed up.
Yes.
So
Let's go.
Let's do one and we'll see how long this one goes before. I have 3, so we'll see how
Don't
long
do
they
all
go.
3.
Huh?
Don't do all 3. Maybe
yeah.
1 or 2.
We'll start with one and see how long we talk about it, and then decide if we want to do another one. So this is the first one. Am I the asshole for only paying a select few of my Twitch mods? I20 male streamer on Twitch. Oh, sorry. I20 male stream on Twitch pretty consistently. I'm not famous or anything, but I average about 300 viewers. I have some loyal chatters that donate subs and money a lot. Chat is pretty active overall. Overall, it's a great time. I even ended up quitting my part-time job as I make enough money through Twitch and then focus on my studies as I'm a university student. About a month ago, I opened up mod applications as most of my mods were inactive and I needed more people to turn predictions, ban trolls, etc. I selected 3 new people, one of which was a longtime viewer I trusted a lot. Before the mod applications, all of my mods got paid a small but decent wage, just as compensation, because they're always here. But I decided I wouldn't mention payment to my new mods, since I haven't seen their work yet. I didn't want to pay someone who may not work very hard. It was no issue until a few days ago. One of my OG mods told the new mod about their payment, and then they DM'd me asking about it since they didn't get one. I had been trying to avoid this conversation, but since it had come, I can't read today. I don't know why. I was just honest. I told them they haven't been a mod long, and if I see they're active and on top of things, then I pay them. They said it wasn't fair, and I was choosing favorites. They then proceeded to tell the other mods, and one of them quit. I really didn't think that this was a big deal because my OG mods have proven to be incredibly trustworthy and hardworking, which the newer ones haven't done yet. It's not like I was never going to pay them. They just had to prove that they were deserving of it. Since I'm not a big streamer, I don't even think it's necessary to pay my mods at all. So I thought it was already kind that I paid some. What do you guys think? Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. So I don't think that I think it's fair to not pay them right away, but what I think is not fair is that you didn't communicate what you were doing. So,
Amen.
Yeah.
Like I completely understand like not wanting to see how somebody is before paying them. Or maybe you should do some sort of like incremental pay system. Like, hey, this is what I pay my other mods. This is what you would get to, and there's a probationary period. Your probationary period, maybe is first 3 months. You get paid X percentage of this, or maybe you don't get paid anything at all. Like whatever, but at least there's that expectation laid down. So yes, the guy is an asshole. I at least then they would know what they're signing up for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
that's where
they
I'm at.
don't trust you because you didn't communicate to it and you just decided to not address it at all. So
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think he's a bit of an asshole for not informing them of it. I mean, if you're not a big streamer, I mean, these people were applying to do this without the expectation of money, though. Right? So I don't understand why they all of a sudden, just because some of the originals were being paid, why they would be that upset that others were being paid for the job. Like they went into it knowing there was no pay.
I mean,
Well,
I think
obviously-
that would upset me if, like, let's say, I know I'm on your channel and I don't really do a whole lot, but let's say that I actually did a lot and I didn't get paid, and then I found out you pay Phil.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, "What the hell, Terry?"
Yeah, but if you're newer, like like say you just
but he
came
didn't
on for a few
communicate
months, huh?
right? So he didn't communicate any of that, and it almost seems like he was taking the approach of, "Oh, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to mention it. And I'm going to hope it because it doesn't become a problem, so that I don't have to pay these people at all."
I mean, we don't necessarily know his intention. His intention could have just as easily been like, I don't want to tell these people, so they just like only work hard until they start getting paid, or that they feel
Well,
entitled to like the pay that's coming, and
obviously, I
then
don't know his
decide.
intention either, but
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just telling you that's what it sounds like.
Uh,
So how it comes across.
Yeah, I think the communication is the issue here as well. I get what Terry's saying. They were told that there wasn't going to be pay for this, so why would it be an issue when they found out other people are paid for it? But I also think that that's he clearly says he was avoiding the conversation.
yeah,
So he knew that was going to be an issue. He knew that if this got out, there was going to be a problem because he didn't want to tell them about the OG mods getting paid. So that's where I really think he makes the mistake. If he goes to these people and go, listen, I pay my OG mods, but I'm hiring you out the gate and I'm not paying you. A year or two down the line, if you do a good job, we can have a conversation about you getting paid like the OG mods. That's one thing. But instead, it's the way this is worded. It sounds like he was just like, yep, congratulations, you're a new mod. You don't get anything for it, but congratulations, you're a new mod. Go on your merry way. And then they found out that other people were getting paid. It kind of feels like something was being hidden and that they weren't given the full story up front. So that's where I think whether he pays them or not, that's between him and them. But I do think that the mistake he made and where he is asshole is just not communicating up front the expectation and what other people were getting. That's me.
If Bowers were here, she'd be like, "This guy's a weenie. He's a weenie."
I mean, Bowers gives stuff to certain mods, right? Not all the mods. I mean, I'm a mod in Bowers
No,
chat.
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
get
I
anything.
would just tell it. Just I'm just speaking for her. I don't know what her actual opinion would be, but I just hear her saying he's a weenie, weenie.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it feels like a bit of playing favorites because I know, like, for Bowers, she gives away like computer parts to some of her mods when she like upgrades something or gives away some of her stuff. I don't know. I've never seen any of it. I'm a mod, but
Almost everybody that's in her chat are like personal friends of hers. So
yeah.
I mean, like it's whatever. I mean, they come in like visitor, whatever. I mean, if I lived closer to her, I probably would be better friends with her.
I mean, Howard was willing to drive 400 miles so that she's not warm, and open a window
Yeah, I
for
mean,
her. But
it's not far from my house to where she lives, so I won't dox her here. But I'm just gonna do a quick internet search here. Let's see how long it would take me to drive there.
When
Like
are you
6 or
gonna give?
7 hours.
When are we giving away the 2 season passes? It says during Boomergrounds.
yeah, we'll just do it at the end after I stop the recording, and then we get done it after, so it doesn't actually need
There
to
we
be on
go.
the actual episode.
All right.
It's a
Wow.
5-hour drive from my house to where Bowers lives, roughly.
Well, that's a long way.
That's not that
That's
bad.
long, but it's not like trying to get to you or Terry. I mean, it would take me like days to get to you guys.
True.
We could call it here and then do the drawing. All right, so let's say goodbye to
Yeah,
everyone.
I think you should do
listening
the
to us.
drawing on the pod.
Why should we do the drawing on the pod? The people that
I
are listening can't
mean,
win.
Wig is saying good hype.
Yeah, good hype for pod. I mean, they weren't here to enjoy the freeness. That's their problem. It would have been better if if we promoted it more on socials, which I should have done, but I was being busy. But yeah, so screw them. Thanks everyone for watching the pod. We're about to go give away our season pass pluses to the people that were here, and then leave a like, comment, tell us we're jerks for not actually letting you see who the winners are and all that. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.